welcome back aboard. Today we're in the world of X-Plane. We're up at Newcastle to show you the external shot. I can't remember what the binding is for the external shot, so I'm just going to do it this way. So we're in the 737-200 by FlyJSim Simulations, which I think is a pretty cool model. I've got the passengers already ready to board. I don't know how to open the doors, so that's why they're still closed. Baggage handlers look like they're finished. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump into the aircraft and get ourselves ready to go places. Okay. So welcome aboard, as I say. And it's time to get ready. So first thing I can do is, I'm not sure, again guys, it's my first time flying this for a while, so I can't remember what's submitted and what isn't. So that lights up, and that then indicates correctly. And just, as I say, carrying out the fire test. I'm going to check that the audio for this aircraft actually switched on, because it doesn't feel like it is. Nope. There we go. So, yep, that works. Master caution didn't activate. There we go, we can check all that out. I'm just going to put the mic so it's facing my lips. So after a rather cold trip to Paro in Bhutan, it's quite a nice little change for us to have. They're going to somewhere we know, which is obviously Newcastle to Gatwick. There we go, APU's coming online. Emergency lights can be armed. B system pressurizers, A system depressurizers. This all stays in. Window heat can come on actually. Packs are already on. If we switch those off, it gets so much quieter in here. Okay, at least it used to. A lot of the noise outside is associated with the ground handling I'm using. My yoke, hello, yoke. Okay, so in a uncontrollable aircraft, I should say. We'll turn that backlighting up full because that actually looks quite nice. That's a QNH, I think it's 1014 when I checked. There we go. Speed brake for some reason is armed. That just came up since I've been starting this recording. Okay, so we're going to take off in heading mode on a heading of 06. .068. We can then arm heading select mode. We can't arm that yet. We IAS mode in the climb. Again, that doesn't seem to be clickable. Okay, that's going to go to heading mode. Could just leave it in heading mode, and then we'll go to alt hold when we need to. Okay, next thing we can do is just going to work my way through a scan here. This is all the way we need it. Altitude bugs don't. This aircraft doesn't actually have them. That's good. Working our way down here. Fuel cut off. Parking brake set. We could test this out, I suppose. Yep, that works. 2200 is the squawk. Squawk mode is in standby. Nav 1 radio can go to 114.25. It should give us a DME range. It should. It will on there when we start taxiing about. I'm actually going to stick it on both sides. Peculiar. Anyway, that's configured. You can also set our acceleration height bug to be at 1,000 feet on radar, or 800 feet on radar, sorry. 600 feet there. 700. And there's 800. That's our acceleration bug. And that's going to stay in nav mode. Okay, that test doesn't work. APU is now online, so we can switch over to APU bus. There we go. And then move over to here, I believe it is, and remove the air cut and remove ground power. And then swing APU bleed to on. That system to... Okay. Now, V cards, V1 128, VR 129, V2 135. Sweet. Sorted. Right, we can then go to the external view and have a quick look around out here. So as you can see, we need to get rid of some of these vehicles, vehicles. And the way I'm going to do that is just go view, so not view plugins, ground handling, drive away all. So there we go, he's done. They should all start driving away one after another. Leave that bundle of cones, probably just scenery now. He'll... don't know where Fire and Rescue thinks he's going. Okay, to speed this whole process up, there we go. And it's gracefully silent again on the World of X-Plane. Until we go back inside. Okay, so we're now going to ask for pushback on Heidi Oaks, that's what I was after. Time is Zulu. Okay. So I'm going to release the parking brake and push back. So it's actually quite a tight spot, this. You don't realise quite how tight it is until you're actually trying to push out of it. So what I'm actually going to do is just... British Airways don't park over there, just saying. I know this is a Northern Ireland gate, but deal with it. There we go. So we can go back inside now. We're taking off from 07, which is that runway right there. So we do need to get the aircraft a little bit... well, we need to be fully started before we can go. Fuel pumps. Anti-collision. I don't know why this bug happens. I'm going to try and fix it before the next video. And fuel quantities, I'll check those. Well, fuel quantity is sufficient. Put in wings non-center as configured on the fuel pumps. We don't need crossfeed right now, but we do need ignition to ground. And Paxter off. NT rotation is happening. Very gentle, but it is happening. It's quite a loud engine start sequence on this aircraft, apparently. I'm just confirming APU bleed is on. Pack is off. That'll probably make it happen a bit quicker. Yeah, I thought my cross-feed valve was closed, which obviously wasn't. Okay. That's 20. Fuel. Please don't hot start, please don't hot start. If it exceeds that red line, I'm going to cut it. No, it's not hot starting. Good engine. Well behaved engine. Auto brake is set to max. If it's not, set to off. You have to just remember to brake ourselves then. Flaps going to go position 2, position 5. Pressurise the hydraulics whilst I wait for that engine to start. Number 1 engine started. Starter cutout. Starting number 2. Once that happens, I'm going to start the bleed on the number 1 side, which will boost this engine start up a bit quicker. And 2 to 20. Okay, so what I can do now is check my parking brake. It has been, no, it's released. And taxi off. It's an immediate right hand turn. Just bearing that in mind as I just bring the aircraft around. Verifying flaps at a takeoff. Okay, now a little bit about the departure today. We're going to be departing on a course of 068, well heading of 068, which you can identify there. After that we'll turn to the south. And of course about 175. Now, the point of at which we fly the turn is governed by the Newcastle VOR, which hopefully will start working before we end up getting airborne. Attack sights, fuel on, sorry, that on the right side. APU to off. Landing lights, turn offs, taxis, and Ignitions to flight. Ignitions to flight. Anything else up here screaming bad at me? Bit of static heats. And your damper. Everything else is good. Okay, we're going to enter the runway now. Please turn right, not left. But the right turns the other way. What if you the aileron the wrong way? I'm assuming those flags are in position because we haven't actually accelerated to a speed where that system would work. Clear on the approach as far as I can see. So we're just going to follow the nose. Just track in the centre line. I'm going to again verify flaps are set for takeoff, trim set for takeoff, everything's set for takeoff. Okay. And just advance the throttles, 40% stabilised, full power. Advancing the throttles, advancing the throttles, advancing the throttles. Just going to hold it in EPA mode. Well, at the point of EPA, we've got no auto throttle on this aircraft, so we've got to be careful with that. There we go, airspeed to live. 70 knots. 80 knots. Nice, had a first officer. V1. Rotate. Positive to the right. That angle. Here up. Pitching on about 140 knots of airspeed. 1,000 feet on radar, or 800 feet on radar, which we have right there. I'm going to nose up forward a bit. I'm going to wait to read 4 on the DME range, and I'm just going to keep flying the aircraft. Just keep flying, just keep flying, just keep flying, flying. I'm going to go pitch up command. I'm going to try one last time to get the IS mode to work. There we go, 10 degrees of pitch. Okay, aileron elevator, let's see what that does. There we go. So we're accelerating through 170, we'll take us up to flaps 2. Oh, it comes off a little now. That's 2 DME. I'm going to turn about 175 very shortly. About 200 knots, which is the speed I'm going to aim for. Just work. That's 200 knots there. I've got fully flapless. Okay, and that's 3 DME, 4 DME. We'll initiate the turn to the south. That's not working. $245 knots, pull a bit of power off now. About 180 actually, well with due south, which will take us right over the centre of Newcastle. Quite a nice departure this, in terms of visuals. Everything here is done correctly. Max can come after departure. AP bleed comes off, that bleed comes on. Okay. So it can come on. They should be activated right now. There's definitely a dual bleed system going in. And cruising it. I'll adjust that when I get a little bit away from the ground. I find this aircraft quite satisfying actually. I'm just going to quickly jump into Sky Vector, which I really can't show you because I get in trouble for copyright breaches. And I'm just going to look for Pole Hill frequency. I believe it's 112.1 and reserved, which it normally doesn't. I'm roughly this direction. It's a very clear day. I've got a sight. It's so clear. Just move forward a bit. This is. Yeah, the sun looking down there. It's a very good crash guy. I don't know why it's lagging so hard. Okay. There we go. So Sky Vector has Pole Hill on a frequency of 112.1. I was right. Whoa! No. I'm going to just pitch this up a little further. in order to get us up to about 20,000, what I'm aiming for. 22, 23,000. I'm not flying, and I'm not really flying with any air traffic, because I don't think the full air traffic in X-Flight is worth talking to, similarly to FSX. Let's swing us over onto there. I can just fly course adjust. So I wasn't actually that bad with my guesstimate of which direction to fly. It just turned in the set. 75 miles to Pole Hill. Coming through 8,000. And just slow down in my seatbelt button. And reach for the seatbelt sign off. Just bing bong into automatic. And I want to look at why this system did it halfway. Auto failed. Why is auto failed? There we go. Fix the pneumatic system. Okay, ignitions can come off. We're going for about 10,000 now. So positions go on, that goes on. These actually are meant to come off now. Go. And seatbelt sign can go fully off now. Carry power, come on. So that the cabin crew can start doing the teas and coffees for us. Because we like teas and coffees. No problem, pilots. I'm actually really quite enjoying this flight. Just flying down the country in my little old airliners. I mean, the last flight I did was probably longer than this, and that was in the dash. Okay, so after we intersect, I'm going to proceed to Honolulu, but I'm going to cut the video in about, well, actually there's no point in really running it after this, because there's nothing going to be going on for a little while. So guys, thanks for tuning in to, oh, actually it's going to be, yeah, it's going to be, there's going to be one part, so I'll see you all when we're approaching Honolulu. See you then folks, bye bye. So, hello guys, welcome back to part 2, well, the second part of our flight from Newcastle to London Gatwick. I'm just going to quickly reconfigure my audio midway through a recording because it'll just end up going on the spaz if I don't. There we go, audio is now set up. So we're about, I'd say 2 miles from needing to start our descent. So I'm going to pull about half the power off and we'll start descending. So I'll switch that to off, that's just in a rough alt hold mode now. And we can just scroll this down pretty rapidly to about 6,000 feet, and then we can take pitch mode and point that down. And the goal is to maintain a speed of about 330 knots in the descent. Is it an issue with the packs? How did I know it would be? I'll just quickly reconfigure the pack. There we go. It'll not complain about off-schedule descents anymore. And transponder comes on, and so does seatbelt sign. We're pretending we're operating this aircraft in the day when you used to be able to have this smoking going on in an aircraft. There we go. Okay, the APU's coming online. There we go, APU's now coming online. So as you can see, we're just descending towards the Honolulu VOR. So at 10 miles, I'm just going to swing us over onto the other nav frequency, which I've pre-prepared of Biggin Hill. We'll go over to Biggin Hill now. Scroll the course around and lock it in the navigation. Which you need to, if anything, do that. There we go. So as you can see, the aircraft's now going to descend to exactly 6,000 feet in pitch mode, which is just select a nose down pitch for the aircraft to follow. Seatbelt sign is, as I said, already on. V-card landing speeds. So we'll book for a flat 30 landing of, so it's a VREF of 125. So I'll bug that speed in now. It's already there, pretty much, but that's 120. That's 125. Okay, next is our decision point, which is going to be 300 feet on this approach. Due to the fact that this aircraft is only Category 1 qualified. I'm going to now get the ILS frequency for Gatwick, because, as I say, we'll be doing the ILS approach. I did mention that, I think. Where am I? Sorry guys, as I say, I'm a little bit unprepared because it's one of my first times flying this aircraft. A little bit too much power still on there. I'm just going to pull a bit more off. We just want to get ready and fly hopefully a pretty good arrival. That is the plan anyway. Now, just well done me. I've just pulled the charts up for Newcastle. Try again. So we are descending at a very, very high speed. I'm just going to pull maybe like 50% RPM. Maybe that much power should stay on, just to let some of the speed wash off during the descent. And what's our range to? Yeah, we've got plenty of time to get this sorted. I'm just, as I say, making sure we get this right and we get it right first time. Okay, approach plates. We definitely can't do RNAV approaches right now. Not in this aircraft anyway. Anyway, sorry folks, as I was saying though, the aircraft, I really do like it a lot, the way it's been handling recently, and these last few flights I've done with it. ILS 26 left, the frequency is 110.19. But anyway, I love the way it's handling. And I love X-Plane. I mean, look at just the way it wobbles like it would in the real world. And it feels quite intense when you're sitting in here, like it would in the real world. I mean, everything just has like a bit of a wobble to it when it changes, as it should do. Okay, I'm just going to quickly turn the audio back on for X-Plane and noise. Anyway, I love it. DME's that's nav 2 DME, which is still at the there we go. So no, Biggin Hill's not 11 miles away. So I'm just going to have a look at the local map on here to work out what's actually going on right now. So we've just overflown, flown past Honolulu. There's Birmingham. So Gatwick's down in this direction. That's Heathrow, so there's Gatwick. So we are heading in roughly the right direction because Biggin Hill's about here. Is that Biggin Hill there even? It's RF Kenley. That's gone now, I think. But, yeah. Track up. There we go. Makes using this a little bit easier. That's where we're going. Biggin Hill. And there's Gatwick right next to it. So I'll probably just go visual from there, actually. Okay, we'll get rid of the V card for the time being. This has just turned rather peculiar. I've just completely lost my nav symbology. 11365, 11365. Is it tied through with the other one? Oh, bloomin' heck. 11365. There we go. There's our course. Again, I'm just going to verify the frequencies are right now. 115.1 is what I should be tuned into. That's why it's telling me to fly the other way. Sorry guys, I'm just having some slight technical issues. I do fly non-RNAV a lot more often than I used to, and I'm still not perfect with it. And we want RNAV VOR lock mode. When you look at the terrain, to me, the water almost looks like a glitch, because that's what it would be like in FSX if it was glitching. But no, it's working perfectly. I love the 200. I just can't get over how nice it is. And I don't want the NJ. I want the 200. No, I'm not going to transfer power the APU just yet because I'm just stuffing myself quite royally. Okay, we'll clear ourselves to 3,000 feet. My power can come fully off because we are getting a bit on the low side now to be doing 330 knots. Feet, our altitude bug. I'm actually going to engage altitude hold mode when we're approaching about 12,000. I'll hit alt hold on. And this aircraft is so slick that it not actually have issues with that. Yeah, so I'll actually rebug the altitude as being 12,000. Because we are descending a little bit ahead of schedule, but it's alright. It'll even itself out, hopefully. My target is 12,000 feet, descending through 12,000 feet at 30 DME to Biggin Hill. And then I kind of radar vector myself around the rest of the approach from there. And considering the amount of airspeed, we really do need to wash off before we get to that altitude. I don't think it's going to be much of an issue for us. Just going to confirm approach MDAs. Local ILS, yeah, decision it's 200 feet actually, not 300 now. But no, I put 300 out of. I'm just going to set that up straight in. Do this. Let's do this. Okay. I don't understand why I get blurriness at that distance in my X-plane settings, but I do. Something you just deal with. So I'm just going to play with the field of view a little bit here, because I had it set at this setting, which was I found the best to operate the aircraft with. Field of view of 120 degrees, which is still 60 less than you'd have in the real world. But it's just nice to fit it to the monitor. I recommend 75, but if I need to, I can just zoom in to look at something without adjusting the field of view. Whereas when if I'm flying an approach from this position, I've got a much better field of view, and I can see traffic approaching from that side, traffic approaching from that side. Just personally, again, you guys might have different opinions on the subject. Also, we can approach brakes to medium, because it is a quick vacate runway at Gatwick. Yep, it is Gatwick. Because we aim to get off the runway a bit quicker at Gatwick, because it's a pretty busy airport. It's the busiest. It's actually just lost its crown, the second busiest single engine. Single. I know it is still the busiest. Single busiest single engine airport. It's the busiest single runwayed airport in the world. There we go. Sorry, I'm struggling with my English language these days, guys. If I just switch alcohol on, I'm sure just let it see what it does, because I don't actually know how it's going to level us off. Yeah, it's alt holding now. It's just capturing the altitude. Just the VSI gauge is lagging. There we go. Nice little level off there. Feet, just bleed some power. I've got 18 miles to get from this speed to about 220 knots. I'll actually set the bug for that speed. And then I'll bug to VRAC along the LS. Needs to be a nice low drag approach procedure. I'm actually just going to inch the power forward a little bit, just so we're not using speed too rapidly. Still got 30 miles now to lose in 16 miles. Can just look at the external view. It's a very pretty model externally. I'm not quite sure why my brain mesh isn't working properly. But externally it's much pretty model than that. Cordless livery. And they did fly an aircraft around with the phone number written on the side. I think so-called into Booker Point now. It's one of the first jets they ever had this. It's pretty cool little bit of history there. Actually, start our descent a little bit on the early side, so we'll just go off again and start descending. Maybe that much pitch down. And then the airspeed will just got to stay nice, so will we. Let's just scroll that down. Maybe a bit. 3,000 is what I was looking for. Because 3,000 is obviously our airline's capture altitude. This airport's actually 2,000, but 3,000 we can capture from. Yeah, I've got anything to cross-reference that with. The Biggin Hill. Nope. That's alright. Biggin Hill's... Technically, if we're going to fly the approach, it'll be a bit different from get radar vectors. I think is the way they would end up doing it for us. But it's alright. We're descending just nicely now. And obviously, in the real aircraft, we're descending a lot steeper than this. It's just I'm not particularly familiar with it yet. I'd rather get lower and slower sooner than compiling in and have accuracy of the wheels going down the final. Yeah, I'm doing too fast. That looks like Heathrow for that. Can't be Heathrow. Fox to go on for 2 Heathrow. Fly near enough to get past Heathrow. And let's have a look at the map. And just see if it actually shows you the map, does it? Yes, it does. So you can actually see where we are. We can kind of 11 DME out. I don't know. We're just going to I'll fly it semi-visual today, I think. Okay, it's Biggin Hill VOR. We're tracking straight in on the 180 radial, and then it's kind of at 11 DME and a right turn. So we'll just probably get visual on the aerodrome before we get that close, which would be pretty handy. And I mean, if you look at it, we'll get visual on Biggin Hill. Where are we now? So we're just coming straight over the top of Bovingdon, and then we'll just we'll just keep on this course, get nice and low and slow, do some sightseeing on the way in. Probably be the easiest way to do this. And see you guys on the ground at Gatwick. Well, we'll see you. We'll get on the ground at Gatwick. We'll not see you then. I don't know why. Yeah, my English skills have just gone to pot. So spoilers do, right? I find it runs quite nice FPS, mate. So I've been running at default refresh rate of the monitor, which is pretty good, because that's 30 FPS on my monitor. And it doesn't drop much below that for this aircraft because it's got no glass in it. And our monitors like glass screens. That's the only glass screen that's got. That's by the radar. On the spoiler. There we go. We can then take the weather radar to off because we don't need it on anymore. ADF can stay as it is. That can also stay as it is. We'll just swing that as we approach Biggin Hill. I'll just get a DME range on that, so when we get a DME, it'll pop up on now too. See, DME is reading 0 because I haven't got anything yet. You very rarely get a 0 reading of DME in a situation different to one I've just shown you there. The only other time you get a 0 miles DME reading would be if you were parking right next to it on the ground. So if you're flying it, you get a bit of a line drawn anyway. Also guys, do let me know what you think of the audio recently, because I've changed up my audio system a little bit to see if that'll improve the audio quality, because I know that was a bit bad originally, and sometimes it sounded like I was a bit dead toilet. Very low power sounding, I've got to say. just got to keep the aircraft slowing down, because the slower we are, the better. But we don't want to be too slow, because if we get too slow, it just takes hours, and we landing with a virtual delay. Even though we've got no scheduled arrival time, EasyJet don't do this flight anymore. Slide forward and see if we can see anything over the dash. So I reckon north will be over in this direction somewhere. Heathrow, well that's Heathrow. Just make out the barren land of T5 at Heathrow. It would be nice to have much of Heathrow is taken up by Terminal 5. Northolt's down there, that's where the RAF VIP unit is based. It's also a private jet airfield. We might actually go there in FSX soonish. That's the Thames. Just going to zoom in a little. So, behind this bend, there we go. So London City Airport's over there, roughly where my cursor is. That area. So yeah, it's pretty nice to simulate the downtown London. Give it that much. There we go. I'm just moving this in a more forward position to give us a better view of the nose for the landing. Because obviously we aren't affected by kicking yokes and pedals and things like that. Which is pretty good. Okay, 7,000. Power's just washing off a lot now. All power's off. 23 DME still to go. That'll give us hopefully time to get visual on Gatwick. If I get visual on it sooner, I'll just do a visual turn. So I love the railway line simulation in this. If you look at the trains, which don't seem to be any at the minute, but when I was learning to fly the Bell 407, I'll actually do it as the next video. I did a really low level tear up where I went along the Tyne-Weir metro lines and went through a few metros, which are actually simulated as freight trains for some reason. Brilliant idea, but 20 DMEs, 26 DME to the aerodrome. Got the pointer, no, I've got the pointer, we just got a DME range. I know the airfield should be somewhere up in this general direction. Alright, 240 knots. It's still, we're doing pretty good. And we've given the passengers a nice sightseeing approach into London there. So, I don't think anybody can complain. Okay, we can transfer ourselves to manual mode and heading select mode. And then I can scroll it in, as they say, and see if I can pick up some guidance from the aerodrome. No, I can't. Plain and simple. No. 110.9. 23 DME. And the final approach course was, of course, to... I'm actually going to check it again because I've got a moment of insurance there. So 259. That's what I thought it was, but I'd rather check to be sorry. There we go, that's our final approach track. Soon we should stop being able to... What the hell happened there? Alright, that's pretty cool. I just pushed the wrong button there and I just discovered a whole new function. Okay, we're below 10,000 now, just passing transition, so I'll just do... Oh, we'll light ourselves up like a Christmas tree. We're not going to transfer power just yet, but we will transfer barometric setting to local, which is 299.3, 299.4, I believe was the last check. So it's still pretty mediocre pressure. Yeah, London City will be out that side. No, you can't say it. But Okay, I'm just going to bring us to a turn to the south. I'm trying to use my knowledge of the topography to work out where Gatwick is right now. So what I can do is I can just swing that up to give us Biggin Hill references. Biggin Hill's 12 miles away. Gatwick is right to the left from Biggin. So we'll just keep on present heading, I think. And then we can have a look at local map again. Yeah, so we're actually heading in exactly the right direction to capture the ILS. So well done, love me then. Just say. 3,000 feet for the ILS. We'll make it 2,000 just to keep the system satisfied. And we'll go thundering in because we can slow down quite quickly in this aircraft. And happy days all round, really. I'm actually going to make a 1 degree course adjustment to the left, just to allow us to do to give us a slightly longer final and turn in. Look at how that's just rocking currently from the aircraft now. Okay, well, we've got everything. Well, we're fully lit up like a proverbial Christmas tree. I'll just go over it because I know there's a light all the way over at the end, but I can't remember what it is for life. Logo, yeah, we don't need that. As long as it's daytime, so crumbs. There we go. So 4,000, 2,000 to go roughly. Bing bong, cabin crew, 2 minutes landing. Cabin crew, 2 minutes landing, thank you. Recall. Clear. Not sure why that's actually kicking off. That's doing recalls of things which aren't broken. What is that system? It's just a stab trim light. The stab trim's a long way forward, but it's not broken. The aircraft is handling reasonably well, actually. As I say though, I do really quite like how densely populated X-Plane is, without it being an absolute cluster boop of lag. That looks like you fly with this GAS when you way out of Gatwick. I know that much. I forgot the name of it. I would almost be tempted to say that was Biggin Hill. That's where I thought Biggin Hill was. Hang on, local map. So that's RF Kenley. And then to the left of it's Biggin Hill. So Biggin Hill's off in that direction roughly. Yeah, I can't see it. Okay, that's altitude alert light. So we are pretty low now, overflying this area. So I've just got to be cautious that we don't get too low, i.e. below 2,000, because we're getting radar's already alive. So it's quite high terrain around here, or comparatively high terrain, I suppose. So we're letting some speed wash off. I'll establish us at that speed of 210. Got my eyes very much peeled because we're now on a 10-mile flight into the airport. Granted, we're intercepting from a 90-degree angle. I'd say it's over that way. Is that at that? No, that's a railway bridge. A little bit of back there just to keep us established at the present speed. The problem with the jet is you get so much lag in the bow. I'm kind of just doing taps of literally less than 1 N1. and establish us at speed. So we're level at 2000. Of course, this is set correct for the approach now. Is that the airport? Aerodrome in sight. Alright. So what we can do is just pull power off now, so that we decelerate a bit. There's the aerodrome over there. I'll show you it again if you missed it. Now we're high. So autopilot off and off. Power washing all the way up. Now flap one. Keep the nose up. Flap 5. Seat a bit so I can see where the aerodrome is. And a pretty steep turn to final. Flap 10. Flap 15. Gear down. Alright. Okay, VRF's 125 remember, so we need to be at that speed. My aiming point is, well, currently going to be to line up on the ILS symbology. And just take it from there. Directors on off. I don't get the flight directors off this thing. I don't think you can you? And I suppose it just doesn't disengage onwards above the autopilot. There we go. Okay. Flight 25, flight 10. Spoilers are armed up. Ready for landing. Flight brakes, medium check. Okay, we aren't actually going to be using reverse thrust. I can't sense it. Landing because we don't need to. Braking and spoilers will be enough, and we are quite slow anyway, so we're going to be using the first 40 knots of the approach. Washing up again and descend. Look at that. I've never known it actually move any of the models in this. So Mach speed's now gone. So I don't understand how I managed to get so high on these approaches. And there's no visual guidance in terms of the verticals, so I am just going to have to take this by the seat of my pants to landing. I don't understand why there isn't a tracking system at this airport. I think there would be. Apparently there isn't. So my aiming point is actually the corner of one of the houses ahead. I'll probably put a circle on that when I do the editing for this. Aiming now for, actually, if you look at the far left of the airport, I'm actually aiming for the left corner of the hangar closest to us. That's kind of my aiming point, just to keep that same point on the screen. Our screen is centered, establish ourselves on profile. Yeah, there's the pappies. I've got it now, we're a little bit on the high side as the pappies are indicating to us. So this would rapidly descending now. One red, 3 right, there you go, that's established. So our ground speed will be about 120 knots, so we're looking at about 600 feet per minute rate of descent. Again, I'm looking just at the corner of the building there, I'm just keeping the hangar in the same point on the screen, and for some reason the international terminal hasn't put itself in, so we'll be going to domestics. Should be going to domestics anyway, I suppose, but anyway. Just generally using the aircraft around, lining it up. Yeah, for some reason my
500
HSI is completely just giving up the ghost right now. I think it's going to probably tune back in. Yeah, I'm tuned back into big enough now frequency. side, but nothing too major.
Minimums.
Check. Continue. They've used the names for an ILS approach, but oh well.
100.
Doesn't matter that we're indicating low all over because we'll be able to land no problem.
50.
Power off.
30.
Gliding it down.
20. 10.
Now go way down. Okay, way down. Braking. Come on, gate. For some reason. Spoiler is up. Spoiler is easy. Secures back to the center line. Whoa. Okay, flaps up, spoilers away. On to Gatwick. Turn. A little faster still. Okay, welcome to 26 right, which is kind of a runway, but isn't really a runway. So we can cross 26 right without having to stop. Braking decides it's going to go. No! Right, and turn. Just stop. Little bit of take a pocket warning. I'm going to have to get it to push us back because I'm in a position which I can't actually pull out of now. That's awkward. Push back. Why aren't the brakes working? There we go. Press the brake to stop us. The aircraft was just rolling forward and forward and forward there. It just weren't stopping. Now we'll get pushed back up halfway across the runway, then we'll be okay. Since we're down now, we can put landing lights away, turn offs away, taxi lights come on. APU can be connected now. And push back to stopped. Just going to turn this way. So it's not fully functioning. So as I said, we're just going to taxi into the gate now. You're going to turn your lead on. I'll do that. Just want to establish a straight taxi line. Do the rest now. So that comes close. That comes open. That comes off. That comes off. That comes off. That comes closed. There we go. We can now just jump to the external view. We'll just do a rather fast taxi line. It wasn't a bad landing distance, we vacated there. Not bad. Good ramp, we didn't touch down the far end, we touched down about here. So just fueling away, handle on the ground. So what we'll do is we'll go over to the nearest terminal to us. Actually, no, EasyJet uses the off-stand gate here. That's again, that's something last time I think to get up to this again. So here, we're going to do chicane. Over on the first pier on the right, that's domestic arrivals. EasyJet, I think, use the off-stand domestic. Pier to the left, domestic pier, is EU arrivals. And then the pier over to our left, the left of our left, is non-EU flights. So I've been through there when I went to places like Barbados. So you can see again park out here. One turn. Stop facing one of these landmarks. Right, what we'll do is we'll do what they do on some stuff in the city. Just do the U stop there. There we go. So they're back to the internal 3D cockpit. Parking brake is set. APU has taken over. Okay. 1, 2, off. Flaps are up. That's off. That's off. Seatbelt sign. is off. Everything in there up there is off, 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 off. AP remains on. Strobe off. That's not yet to be vacated, but never mind. That comes off. Everything else is as required. Yep. Okay, so I can call ground services now. Drive up. So, hey guys. Oh, not hey guys, but thanks for watching, guys. All the ground services are now arriving. Catering and all. Even crash crews have embedded themselves in the back of the tanker, just so they can come and do something. So thanks for watching, as I say. This was my first proper flight with FlyJSim 737. I've got to say I've thoroughly enjoyed it so far. But as I say, I'm going to cut it here, and I'm going to see you all in the next one. Bye bye, folks.